Daniel Kiri is bidding farewell to Chicago Fire, but it's unknown how his character, Darren Ritter, leaves, and new images from the Season 14 premiere do little to clear up that mystery. Aside from Ritter, the NBC show is letting go of two other characters, Sam Carver and Jack Damon. So, Firehouse 51 is going to look much different in Season 14. Unlike Carver, played by Jake Lockett, and Damon, played by Michael Bradway, though, Ritter is getting a proper goodbye as Kiri returns in Chicago Fire Season 14. The actor will only reprise his role at the beginning of the season. It's unclear how many episodes Ritter will appear in, and the premiere's photos don't provide any clues as to when or how he'll exit. Ritter returns in Chicago Fire Season 14, but with Vasquez already on the team. The Season 14 premiere introduces Vasquez. Brandon Laracuente as Sal Vasquez, Randy Flagger as Harold Capp, Daniel Kiri as Darren Ritter, and Miranda Ray Mayo as Stella Kidd in Chicago Fire Season 14, Episode 1. Credit, NBC. Chicago Fire Season 14's first look images preview Ritter's return in the first episode. Everything seems normal in the Season 14 premiere's pictures as he joins the rest of the Firehouse 51 squad on a call. However, it might very well be Ritter's last emergency with his fellow firefighters and paramedics, while it's undoubtedly Sal Vasquez's first call with the fire station. Brandon Laracuente joins the Chicago Fire cast in Season 14 as Vasquez, Truck 81's new firefighter. Given the fact that he can be seen in the aforementioned photos alongside Kiri's character, it's safe to say that Vasquez comes on as Carver's replacement, not Ritter's. This does make sense since Carver's exit was all but laid out during the Chicago Fire Season 13 finale. Chicago Fire Season 13's ending revealed that Carver was contemplating transferring to the Denver Fire Department, leaving Firehouse 51 behind to start anew. He had been through a lot in the past year. As such, Carver seemingly wanted a fresh start, despite confessing his love to Violet McCarmy in the Season 13 finale. As for Ritter, it remains unclear why he'll leave. Chicago Fire Season 14's images suggest that Ritter's exit is abrupt. The Season 13 finale also did little to set up Kiri's departure. Firehouse 51 on scene in Chicago Fire Season 14, Episode 1. Credit, NBC. If Vasquez is Carver's replacement instead of Ritter's, perhaps his exit is abrupt in Chicago Fire Season 14. If anything, Vasquez's early presence further confirms that Ritter's goodbye to Firehouse 51 comes out of left field in the One Chicago TV show. The new firefighter isn't coming on to take over for Ritter, meaning the crew isn't prepared for Kiri's character to leave. Chicago Fire Season 14 will begin with a time jump, and with Carver already gone. So, Vasquez replacing him in the premiere proves that Dermot Mulrooney's chief Dom Pascal has had time to mull over Carver's departure and find someone suitable to fill his role on Truck 81. Meanwhile, Ritter's successor is undisclosed, implying that his exit is more sudden. Additionally, Chicago Fire has done nothing to set up Ritter's leaving in Season 14. He was barely in the previous finale. In fact, he was more of a background character in the last Season 13 episode, giving viewers no indication that he was exiting the show. Ritter also just moved in with Lizzie Novak. Why would he do that if he knew he was leaving Chicago? Chicago Fire Season 14 doesn't have much time to lay the groundwork for Ritter's inevitable departure. As far as we know, there's really no reason for him to leave Firehouse 51 behind. Consequently, the first couple of episodes must set the scene for Ritter's exit. If they don't, the audience has very good reason to worry about his fate in the NBC series. Possible reasons for Ritter's abrupt Chicago Fire exit. Will Ritter die? Daniel Kiri as Darren Ritter in Chicago Fire. Credit, custom image by Milika Georgievic. Given that Chicago Fire hasn't teased Ritter's exit in the slightest leading up to Season 14, he may leave the procedural drama TV show in a body bag. He certainly wouldn't be the first important Chicago Fire character to die. However, Ritter's death would be quite disappointing and completely heartbreaking, especially in the wake of fans responding negatively to his exit. Despite being the least desirable reasoning behind Ritter's departure, the Chicago Fire writers have proven time and time again that they aren't afraid to kill off main characters. It's a TV series about firefighters running into burning buildings, after all. So, the audience should prepare for the worst-case scenario. Ritter's exit might be abrupt because he dies while on the job. Of course, all this worrying might be for naught. Ritter could easily say goodbye to Firehouse 51 without dying, whether it arises from his suddenly moving out of the city, getting transferred to a different fire station, or getting fired. The Chicago Fire Department is looking to make cuts, and that would be an easy way for Ritter to go. Whatever the case, Kiri's character is leaving the One Chicago universe. Hopefully, the Season 14 premiere will reveal more about why Ritter is exiting. Until then, though, fans must wait and see how Chicago Fire decides to write Ritter out of the show in Season 14.